Norman Robinson, and welcome to Affordable Housing Matters. On today's show, we take you on a virtual tour of the Home Builders Association of 2021 Parade of Homes. We will take a look at the latest trends in local home designs, as well as discuss how the housing market has changed since the start of the pandemic. We have a great show lined up for you today, so don't go far. The 2021 Parade of Homes presented by the Home Builders Association of Greater New Orleans is the largest official showcase of the latest in-home design trends in the Greater New Orleans area. Joining me now to discuss this year's showcase is Ms. Mary Kelly, the 2021 Parade of Homes Chair. Ms. Kelly, welcome to Affordable Housing Matters.
Thank you, Norman. We really appreciate you having us here today.
Oh, we're excited to have you here today. Before we started the show, you and I were talking about how exciting this is. You know, this is my favorite time of the year, and I understand it's your favorite time of the year as well.
It is. I've been touring Parade of Homes for many years, and every year I get to dream of a new custom home. I'm still dreaming. But I'm so excited to present this year's homes and to be the chair.
And to be the chair on top of everything. That's the cherry on top, right?
Yes, you know? Yes. I was so honored when they called me. I was like, yes, I want to do that.
Why is this a significant campaign for the Home Builders Association?
This allows all of our builders, not all the builders, but select few of the builders in our area to showcase their craftsmanship. The finest styles and trends and designs, and it's open to the public. It's free. It's a way for people to come and get ideas. So many people are building right now that this is a perfect opportunity for them to go meet with builders, designers, real estate agents, and to plot their course for what they're going to do.
What's the most exciting thing about this year's Parade of Homes?
The most exciting thing about this year's Parade of Homes, I think every year, it's our St. Jude Dream Home. We are a proud sponsor every year of the St. Jude Dream Home, where $100 tickets are sold, and it's only a specific number. We're already sold out this year.
Already?
Already. It's sold out like in hours. In hours.
Wow.
Yes.
How much of a surprise was that it sold out so quickly?
You know, in other regions of the country, it's been minutes. So we were not surprised, but it was a surprise that it happened more quickly than it did last year.
Wow.
Yes.
So what do you think was the reason for that?
I think COVID-19, it seems it's the reason for everything. Many people have been sheltering in home, and wives have, tapped the husband and said, I need this to be fixed, I need this to be fixed. And our home goods stores, Lowe's and Home Depot, they're being bombarded with people trying to do honey-do jobs around the house. And then there's the idea, well, let's upgrade or let's downsize. So the building industry in our area is just increased tremendously.
Are there supplies there available for the building industry? I heard that because of COVID, there was an issue with supply in terms of the kind of materials that were available for contractors.
So the availability of supplies to build are there's been a big shortage, and it's due to a number of reasons. we start out with COVID, and it just trickled down from there. The manufacturers have had to cut their labor lines due to COVID, or when someone needs to be quarantined, it has to shut down. All facilities need to be cleaned. Then we also have the winter storms that happen.
Yeah.
The hurricanes this past hurricane season have put an effect on all of the plants and the manufacturers. One of the biggest lumber prices have increased, and that is going to be one of the supplies needed. And that has been going on. That started like early January. We are now up to 242% increase from last year.
200
for lumber.
242.
Yes.
How can anybody afford that?
Well, that's so. We have an increase in concrete as foundation as well. That is up, I believe, 61%. So, the percentage of increase to a buyer overall has been about 42%, and that's just over 1 year. If you include the year 2019, it's even more. What builders are starting to do, initially builders were having to eat the cost. But since then, they have put supply contingency clauses in their contracts. And other builders are just building spec homes. They're building the homes, putting a price tag on it after it's built, and then selling it instead of doing a custom home and pre-selling.
Well, this show is called Affordable Housing Matters, and that kind of puts a crimp. That kind of puts a crimp in the idea, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. So how do people get around that, Ms. Kelly?
Well, the interest rate is so low. Even though there's an increase, with the interest rate being so low, it's like free money.
Okay.
People just need to just bite the bullet, jump off the cliff, and build.
So that kind of evens everything out with the, I mean, when you look at it.
I believe it does. My mother gave me some advice a few weeks ago. I've been talking about finding property to build, and I said, but Mom, if I do that, I'm still not going to have any equity in 10 years. And she said, so what? And I said, you know what? So what? I'm still going to be in the area I want to be in with the house that I want. You're right.
That's why they make mothers.
I know.
You know, they give that kind of advice.
I know. One day I'll say that to my daughter.
See? You got something to pass on.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the houses that are on parade, and let's talk about affordability as it relates to those houses that are on parade.
We have 19 homes on parade, and they will range anywhere from $300,000 to $1.1 million. So there's something for everybody. Any and everybody can find something that they can connect with, they can afford, or that they want to see designs and such. They're going to be across Orleans, Jefferson, Plaquemine, and Lafourche. We have one in Thibodeau. That's exciting. We've never had one in Thibodeau.
Wow. So what brought that on?
One of our builders that we've done some work with, who normally builds in our area, he's building one out in Thibodeau, and that's the one he chose to put in. And we're very excited because hopefully that'll bring in more of that regions into the parade, and we can have more people walking through.
So tell me about the homes that were built for these specific areas. You mentioned the parishes. What about Lakeview, Bucktown, Colonial Club, Metairie, English Turn, Algiers, and Algiers Point?
Shrewsbury. We also have Gabriel Estates, Parks of Plaquemine in Belle Chase. It's all over. You can go to our hbagno.org/POH and find a list of all the homes that we have with directions. Or we do have a mobile app. It's the New Orleans Parade of Homes, and you can download it via Google Play or Apple apps.
Now, suppose you're like me in your 70s, and you don't have a lot of energy to expend, and you can't and you can't make all these sites in person. What do you do? What do you do then if you want to see the Parade of Homes?
It's fine. You can download our app or go online to our website, and there are tours that you can do virtually.
So they're virtual tours?
Yes. There are 19 homes total, St. Jude being one of them. The St. Jude home will not be open for a tour.
Oh.
But you can view it virtually via Matterport software. This is a software that it's like the best video game for women, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
Yes. This allows you to be in the home. It's a 360-degree. You turn and you can see the powder rooms. You turn this way, you can see kitchens. You can walk up the stairs. It's amazing what they can do these days. So there will be 2 of the 19, possibly 3, that will be virtual only. But the other ones, most of the other ones, you'll also be able to tour virtually if you can't make the parade. So there is something for everybody. People who are still afraid to venture out, or people who just can't get out, or the ones who just can't wait to get out.
Yeah. So how long, if say I wanted to tour all of these things, how long should I map out a schedule to accommodate that?
Well, this is going to take place the last 2 weekends of July, the 17th and 18th, and the 24th and the 25th from 1 to 5. You know, you could probably do all the homes in one weekend.
Really?
So you could split it between 2 weekends. It just depends, because you may get caught up at one that you absolutely love and you want to talk to the builder. So with 19 homes, yeah, I've done 35 in 2 weekends. So.
Well, but you're a pro at this.
I am a pro.
So you know how to map out, you know, a time schedule.
I do. I map it all out. I'm so excited when this happens. Yeah. And I walk in and I'm just amazed every single year. It doesn't get old.
Wow.
Every single year there's something new to see. There's a new technology, or there's new finishes with plumbing, lighting, and appliances. And
well, let's talk about some of the trends that we're seeing in these new homes, and some of the trends that have been created because of the lifestyles that people have become accustomed to because of COVID.
Many touch-free faucets are available.
Really?
Yes. They're amazing. Some of them you can talk to and say, fill 1 cup. They're amazing. There are you can build smart houses now. You have smart appliances.
So what's the smart house all about?
Smart homes are, it's all about connectivity. Your appliances can be connected. From the soccer field, I can go on my phone and tell my oven to start cooking the pizza that I put in there before we left. Because after soccer I have dance, and now when I get home, pizza's ready so that we can get to piano lessons. Wow. Yes.
So what's the favorite space in the home now, post COVID? Is it still the kitchen where people like to congregate and entertain? Is it the family room where there's more space?
I would think it's the separate spaces. But there are so many new designs that are doing all-inclusive, where you're bringing the outdoors in. You've got the big doors that you can open up onto a patio. You've got home offices. You've got little areas for homeschooling. So it used to be the kitchen. Not so much anymore. Things are changing.
Wow. So if I'm in there and I'm looking around and say I see an idea that I want to incorporate in my house, say I want to renovate this portion of my house to duplicate what I've seen here, how do I go about that?
Most of the homes will allow you to take photographs. Some of them will not. Some of them are proprietary designs, and we want to protect those builders that have that. However, you can take a picture, or you can speak with the builder at the home and ask him if, you know, he can either share that with you, or if he can do the remodeling that you'd like.
I suspect that the builder would be more willing to share with you if you were to select him or her for the remodeling job that you.
That's usually how it works.
That's usually how it works.
Yep. But we do have other builders that are willing to share their ideas and their designs with the public, knowing that their name will be brought up. I got this design from this builder, and they're going to tell all their friends. Mm-hmm. So this is a wonderful opportunity for the builders to get their names out there, to increase their business. Although right now, nobody really needs to do that because so many people of our builders are overwhelmed with work. It seems like everybody's building.
Wow, because, well, it is a seller's market, isn't it?
It is a seller's market. If you, and we were discussing earlier, if you have a home that you want to sell that you can maybe move into a little cottage or somewhere tuck away for a few years, you will be doing, that's a great financial move right now. And houses are going minutes. I try to keep on top of Realtor.com, and houses will come on the market. You know, I'll try to look at them. They're no longer there. They're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, I know my neighbor across the street put her house up because she's downsizing. Mm-hmm. She put her house on the market, and it was gone in a day.
Yes, and that's unheard of.
Yeah.
It is really going to take the industry a few years, probably 2023, before everything gets back to before COVID normal. So, but I think that this area is taking it in stride just like we did Katrina. Mm-hmm. This is nothing but a thing to us. We're going to keep going. High prices, we'll figure a way around it. I don't think that our area, because of who we are in New Orleans, are going to be stopped. I think our industry and the building industry will just continue to move on, move forward with any obstacles that we may have.
In designing and coming up with this year's Parade of Homes, how much we've been talking about the increase in price of materials, how much did affordability factor into the designs? And thinking about the individual home buyer, considering the cost of everything.
Right. Well, I will say this, most of these homes started last year.
Okay.
And they started really just at the start of the lumber increase and all the supplies increase, and now there's a resin shortage, which resin is a plastic, polyethylene, mostly it's polyethylene in this area, that is used to build parts that make up everything that we use, in our plumbing, lighting, appliances. So with the shortages, many of the builders are they're having to eat it, as we discussed earlier. So any of these parade homes would be a steal. Some of them have had to pivot on the choices that they've initially made because appliances are so hard to get. Lighting, plumbing. Some plumbing vendors are starting to cut back on the amount of what they're doing, the finishes on what they're doing, so they can catch up on core products. That's starting to come down the pike. So, so many things are factored in, but when you're speaking with the builders, all that will be considered. And if you're just starting, usually planning a home takes 6 months. These homes probably take about a year. So, you know, with a supply contingency clause, you may talk with the builder about, you know, and transparency is big these days. They're going to tell you, this is what it cost me. This is what I paid for lumber. This is what I paid for concrete. So that, you know, there's no price gouging with our builders, ever. With a contingency, you could probably say, you know, after it's built, let's look at what it cost and then set the price.
Wow. Now, so these houses that are on parade. So if I see one I like, I can buy it. I can buy this particular house, or is that? You
can take that and put it on someplace else.
Oh.
Most of the homes are pre-sold.
Oh, really? Now that I didn't know.
Yes, most of the homes are pre-sold. However, the builder can build you that exact house at another location or wherever you want. You know, if you see a home in Belle Chase, but you have a lot in Metairie, not a problem. He can build you that in Metairie. Many builders already have lots that they own waiting to build on. There are a few that are not sold. So that'll be exciting to see who buys them. Sometimes after the first weekend, they're sold.
Well, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially this being a hot market.
Yes, yes, and they're so beautiful.
Oh, boy. So how do you determine where I'm going to build? I see you selected an area like Lakeview, or I'm particularly interested in English Turn. How do you decide I'm going to put a parade of homes in English Turn?
It's the builder. So builders own the lots. Normally in subdivisions like the Parks of Plaquemine, Gabriel Estates, it's those builders that have already pre-bought the lots. And they are well aware of the parade of homes and the status it brings to their company. So they build the house. Sometimes as people are looking, they're driving around, I like that house. I'm going to buy it. And the builder will say, well, it's a parade home. I still want it. Great. There is a contingent in the contract with the parade of homes and the HBA. The builder cannot close on the house until after the parade of homes. So the homeowner will have to wait until after the parade is done before they move in.
Okay. In closing now, tell me where my viewers can find all of this information on the internet and when this parade starts.
hbagno.org/POH. You can visit us at Facebook, or you can Twitter, I think Instagram, and that is at HBA of GNO. We also have the mobile app, which is New Orleans Parade of Homes, and you can get that via Google or Google Play.
Well,
I don't download a lot.
Well, Ms. Mary
it's either Apple or
Apple
Google.
Store. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Apple Store or Google Play.
Okay. So you're like me. I mean, I don't do any of that stuff. I'm like, okay, email. That's about it for me.
That's what my kids are for.
That's right.
How do I look at this?
That's what my grandkids are for.
Yes.
Oh, it's been a joy talking to you, Ms. Mary Kelly.
Thank you.
From the Greater New Orleans Home Builders Association, and of course, chairperson of this year's Parade of Homes.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We will be back with more affordable housing matters right after the break.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. We would again like to thank Ms. Mary Kelly for joining us today on Affordable Housing Matters. Please remember, if you would like to rewatch this or any other previous shows of this program, please visit WLAE.com and click on the programming link. There, all of our episodes are available for viewing at your leisure. We would like to thank you all for joining us this evening. I'm Norman Robinson, and we'll see you next time on Affordable Housing Matters.